Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Dayspring Discussions. I'm your host, Sean McGahee. In this show, we talk about movies, TV, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books. If you geek out about it, we're going to talk about it. You can listen to Dayspring Discussions on iTunes, YouTube, Podomatic, and Patreon, and contact Dayspring Discussions on the Facebook group, Twitter account, and dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com. Well, happy Tuesday, everyone. It is a scorcher here in Austin, Texas. I mean, I was outside. It's hot as hell. So if you don't have to go outside, please don't. I was walking around the shopping plaza a little while ago, and it was just miserable. So stay inside unless you're by the pool, relax, and just chill out, guys. Speaking of hot, it's San Diego Comic-Con this week, guys. That's right. The Geek Palooza that is every year has come, starts on Thursday, goes through Sunday. We got a lot of stuff and a lot of news that's coming our way, so get ready for it. So usually I do a show on Thursday, or at least I try to, but given that Friday, I'm sure there's going to be some good stuff coming out, and I'm off that day, I'm going to do probably a Friday afternoon show, post something probably Friday evening, and get that going. So no show hopefully till Friday. I know last week I said I was going to do a show as well on Thursday or Friday, but birthday shenanigans ran a little bit longer and a little more entailed than what I thought they were, which is why I haven't done a show in a week. But nonetheless, I'm here. I'm here to comment on all the things that we missed, and let's just get into it, guys. So, got a few things from last week to talk about, and a few things from this week to talk about. So let's just start off right off the bat with this. So according to Deadline, Neil Blomkamp, who directed films such as District 9, Elysium, and Chappie, has been tapped to direct a new Robocop film. Now, according to sources, this Robocop Returns film is going to be a direct sequel to the first Robocop film from back in, I believe it was 1989, I believe. So that's going to ignore Robocop 2, Robocop 3, and of course the 2013 remake. Neil Blomkamp was tapped to do a direct sequel to Aliens, technically Aliens 3, but that has been kiboshed, I think mainly due to Ridley Scott wanting to commit to the Alien franchise with Prometheus and Alien Covenant. So, Neil Blomkamp, I gotta say, District 9 blew me away. I watched that film because it had a lot of, good things that people were saying about it, and I watched it not expecting much, and it was great. It's a great film. Elysium I never saw. Chappie I did, and I kind of saw it as a newer or updated version of Short Circuit, only not quite as good. It was, I didn't hate it like a lot of people did, but I definitely would never watch it again. So with that being said, Neil Blomkamp has the potential to do good sci-fi films. Robocop, though, I'm one of those people that I really liked the 2013 remake with Joe Kinnaman. I have it on Blu-ray. I enjoy watching it. I think it had a different slant or a different angle than what the original Robocop series did. Now, I know a lot of people hold that first Robocop film up on a pedestal, and I do enjoy it. But I like that the 2013 one updated it. Granted, we went from rated R to PG-13, but nonetheless, it was more family-oriented, I guess, where it was about the relationship between Alex Murphy and his family, whereas the original version was just about him solving his own murder and basically trying to get revenge. So they want to do a new one? Great. That seems to be the trend right now with sci-fi films. You got Aliens that was going to start over from the last good one. Terminator was going to start after Terminator 2. But there are a lot of sci-fi films that have been kind of forgetting the last couple films in the franchise and just, starting from there. Let it be known, back in 2000, I think it was 6, Superman Returns did that, where it forgot Superman 3 and 4 and just started off from Superman 2, which, okay. But I like Robocop. I like the idea of it. I just don't want to see something stale. A lot of times when they do these films, they're just nothing new. They try to give us some of the same old, and we're not the same audience as we were back in the 1980s or back in the 1990s, okay? Filmmaking and storytelling has evolved. The audiences want more, expect more from their characters and from their story. So I just want more. And like I said, that's why I kind of liked the 2013 one, because it was more involved in the actual character of Alex Murphy and his wife and his son and all that put together. So I'm down for Robocop. I think Neil Blomkamp has the potential to do a good job with it. But we'll wait and see where it goes. I mean, it all depends on the script and the actors and the whole bag together. But I'm in favor of this if they can do it the right way. Okay, guys, next up, according to the Hollywood Reporter, Cate Shortland has been tapped as the director for the Black Widow spin-off film that's going to be starring Scarlett Johansson. So, according to Reporter, 70 candidates were in the running for this film, and they narrowed it down and they took it to Cate Shortland, who directed the 2012 Nazi drama Lore. And I'll be honest, I have never seen that film before. I don't think I've even heard of it before, so let's move on from there. Now, the Black Widow movie is reportedly to be set before the first Avengers film and explore how Natasha Romanoff became one of the deadliest assassins on the planet before defecting to S.H.I.E.L.D. and later the Avengers. There's been a big demand for a Black Widow spin-off film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, mainly because for the longest time, Black Widow, Natasha, has been the front and center main female of this universe. We got Captain Marvel coming up, which from what we hear from Feige is going to play a very important part of the MCU going forward. But people know Scarlett Johansson. They like Black Widow. They've spent almost 10 years with her at this point. And I get it. I love the character too. And if you go back and look at Mark Waid's last Black Widow run, there's some good stuff in there. And you could definitely play a good film off of it. Now, I think she does great as a supporting character. I wasn't really clamoring for a Black Widow film. Really, if anything, a Black Widow TV series would be better, I think. But a Black Widow film or film series, if you've seen that movie Lore, or you know the director or have any thoughts about it, please fire back on the social media groups or Gmail account, because I don't know this director at all. All I know is, Scarlett Johansson and Black Widow, and I know there's good source material to pick from. I guess more reason to see Scarlett Johansson on screen is always a good thing for me. Okay, so after a major bidding war, apparently, between HBO and Netflix, HBO has won the bid to make Joss Whedon's new series, The Never. The series is described as an epic science fiction drama about a gang of Victorian women who find themselves with unusual abilities, relentless enemies, and a mission that might change the world. Whedon will direct, write, and serve as showrunner for this series, which is something he's done for other series such as Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Firefly, Angel, and Dollhouse. And it's Joss Whedon returning to television. In Joss Whedon we trust. I know there was kind of that stigma with Whedon after Justice League, where he took over for Zack Snyder, and even then people were kind of questioning him in regards to Age of Ultron, but he is still the guy who made the Avengers and Buffy and Firefly. I mean, he's awesome. Of course, if you haven't read any of his comics too, he's written Runaways, he's written Astonishing X-Men, he's, of course, helped with the Buffy comics. It's Joss Whedon, and I'm super excited about this. So he got a statement saying, quote, "I honestly couldn't be more excited. The Nevers is maybe the most ambitious narrative I've created, and I can't imagine a better home for it than HBO. Not only are they the masters of cinematic long form, but their instant understanding of my odd, intimate epic was as emotional as it is incisive. It's been too long since I created an entirely new fictional world. The HBO team offered not just scope and experience, not just prestige, but a passionate collaboration. I could go on, but I'm impatiently grateful to say I have work to do." Awesome. Whedon is his best when he's creating worlds and giving us some fun storytelling and I cannot wait. I like Buffy, I like Angel, I like Firefly. Wasn't a big fan of Dollhouse. Obviously, I like Avengers, and then, of course, all the comics. His run on X-Men is one of my favorites, Astonishing X-Men. Go check it out if you haven't. So, Joss Whedon, anything he does, I'm there for. So, can't wait to check this out on HBO, which is kind of nice given the fact that you have other shows like Game of Thrones and Westworld and Watchmen. I'm going to be very curious to see how much he toes that line. Are we going to get a little more adult material compared to some of his other shows? We'll have to wait and see about that. But Joss Whedon making TV again. Let's do it. Okay, next up, Mark Millar and Netflix has announced that they got some stuff in development, and it's looking pretty epic. So it says that they are moving forward in development on series based on Millar's comics Jupiter's Legacy and American Jesus, as well as films based on Empress, Huck, and an upcoming Sharky the Bounty Hunter. So I know what all these are except for the Sharky the Bounty Hunter. Now it's based on a comic set that will be published next year, and from the look of it, Sharky is a blue-collared bounty hunter who tracks criminals across the galaxy in his converted rocket-powered ice cream truck. Yes, you heard me. Aided by his 10-year-old partner. When it says tracking criminals across the galaxy across his rocket-powered ice cream truck, I get some kind of different version of Lobo in my head. I don't know why, but it looks like it's right up Millar's alley, and he has this knack for taking kind of the basis of superheroes and kind of putting his slant on them, and I can definitely see this might be something where it's his slant on Lobo. We'll have to wait and see about that. But the other stuff, Jupiter's Legacy and American Jesus, I have read American Jesus, but honestly I don't think I ever finished it, so I'm not too big on that. Jupiter's Legacy was an epic scale comic. Bringing it to series does make sense. I just hope that the budget matches it. Kind of same thing with Empress. They're making that into a film. It's very intergalactic. You got to put a lot of money behind that, so I hope they know to do that. Huck, very personal, very intimate story. Awesome. And then you got the Sharky and the Bounty Hunter. So this is more stuff from the Mark Millar and Netflix deal that happened last year. They've come out with The Magic Order, which is the first comic published by Netflix. It's pretty good. I've read the first issue. I'm anxious to see how it goes from there, guys. If you haven't checked it out, it's pretty out there. It's very like wizardy adult stuff, I think I commented on and did a review on here about it, so go check out my review. But it's very adult Harry Potter wizard stuff, I guess you could say. So but I'm excited. Like I said, I like all this stuff. I like Mark Millar. What am I most excited for? That's a tough one. I think Huck has the ability to be very good because of the story. And then Jupiter's Legacy, of course, you're dealing with superheroes, and that could be the fact that they're doing a series on it. Very good. Draw it out, get inside the characters' heads. That could be something really cool as well. And then you got Sharky the Bounty Hunter, which, who knows what that is going to come with. But nonetheless, we got more in this deal, and hopefully there's more to come. I'd like to see Nemesis in there. Superior is something I want to see as well. And then NPH. That's one of my favorites, actually, that he's written. So more to come, and we'll just see how it goes, guys. A last story for the day. So according to Deadline, Greg Berlanti is making another superhero series, and it looks like it's going to be based off Batwoman. So this looks like it's going to take place in that Arrowverse. Now, it's said that this fall, Batwoman is getting introduced in the crossover event of all the Arrowverse shows this season. We're also going to see Gotham City. That makes sense. So it looks like they're kind of doing the thing that they did with Legends of Tomorrow, where the first crossover, they introduced, the Legends, or at least Hawkman and Hawkgirl, and that spun off to Legends of Tomorrow. I think they're going to do a similar thing here where they're probably going to introduce Batwoman and Gotham and then spin off into that. So for those of you who don't know, Batwoman, aka Kate Kane, is armed with a passion for social justice and a flair for speaking her mind. She soars onto the streets of Gotham as Batwoman, but don't call her a hero yet. In a city desperate for a savior, Kate must overcome her own demons before embracing the call to be Gotham's symbol of hope. The character was first introduced in Detective Comics in 1956 and then reimagined as a Jewish lesbian in DC Comics New 52. Now, Kane is a wealthy heiress who became inspired by Batman and chooses to put her wealth and resources towards a campaign to fight crime as a mass vigilante in her home of Gotham City. Boy, that was a mouthful, but that was a lot of information, gives you a very good sense of the character. For this, I'm curious what they're going to do, because in Arrow, or in the Arrowverse, they've mentioned Gotham City, they've mentioned Bruce Wayne, but there's been no mention of Batman. The Arrowverse has a Batman, and it's pretty much Green Arrow. I mean, Oliver Queen acts the way that Bruce Wayne and Batman act in the comic books, The Green Arrow in the comic books acts differently than the one we see, which is fine, it works. It's totally fine. I'm just curious if she's inspired by Batman. Doesn't that mean we have to have a Batman in the Arrowverse? At least that's what I think. I don't know, guys. Nonetheless, Greg Berlanti bringing us another superhero show. What's that, like 20, 25? I have no idea. I lost count. We'll see how it goes, especially now that we're getting the DC Universe. And these CW shows are going to be competing with shows like Titans, Harley Quinn, Swamp Thing, Doom Patrol. Shows that, because they're on a streaming service, might actually, have a little more grit to them and might pull attention away from the CW shows. I don't know. But nonetheless, Batwoman, we'll see how this develops, guys. I'm sure we'll get more information on it. And that's it for me today, guys. Next time you hear me, Comic-Con will be in full swing. Things I'm expecting is a lot from Warner Brothers and DC. It's their time to shine. Marvel Studios is not going to be there. I don't think Star Wars is going to have a big presence either. So it's time for Warner Brothers to shine. We got that Aquaman poster that came out yesterday. I'm not a big fan of it, but we know we're getting an Aquaman trailer. But I want it to be good. We're going to get something from Shazam. I like Zachary Levi. I have faith in him, and I want to cheer for him. And hopefully we get something from Wonder Woman 2 as well. And we better get some more announcements. I want to hear Man of Steel 2 announced. I want to hear more on the Batman movie being developed. Don't give me any more of this Joker, Harley Quinn movie nonsense. I don't want to hear it. The whole Joaquin Phoenix thing, great. They're going to do it. Okay, I'm anxious to see what they pull off. I'm not the type that wants to see it, but I will. Hopefully we get more information about the DC Universe. I'm super excited about that. I cannot wait for the Young Justice Season 3 trailer. We're getting that. I've already started rewatching Young Justice as kind of a morning show, one episode a day. My daughter's actually kind of watching with me too, because she's big on Teen Titans Go right now, which she's excited for the movie to come out, but she sees that Kid Flash and Robin and like other heroes are on Young Justice, so she's kind of watched it a little bit with me. So, the next transition after she's too old for Teen Titans Go, I'm sure she will enjoy Young Justice with me. And, of course, hopefully a bunch of other stuff. Of course, the CW shows. Hopefully we get more stuff on that. But I'm just saying it's time for DC and Warner Brothers to shine. Marvel is not going to have a big presence there. Star Wars is not going to have a big presence there. It's their time to either do it or blew it. I know that didn't make sense. I thought that was going to rhyme, but it didn't rhyme. But anyway, guys, I got to get out of here. Enjoy the rest of your week. Of course, hit me up. Let me know what you think about the topics I have mentioned. So that is it for me for now, guys. Until next time, may the force be with us all.